I know, Rex. It's really late. Sorry about that. Did you grab the leash and show me where you want to go? Yeah, this direction. Good idea. I think there's a door out here, but I went out the door by myself a long time ago. 10 o'clock in the morning. T-Rex hasn't even been out the door yet. TK, though, went out the door 7 hours ago, 3 hours ago. I went out, the door. My ski boots on. 39 the ground was steaming.
Kind of steamy.
It was gray, and there was some slight drizzle, but not bad at all. And actually a little blue sky showing up. And so I skied for an hour. And I'm trying to do a post-mortem on this storm that's not even over yet.
This blue sky.
And thinking about it and skiing and having a good time and wondering what's going to happen next because it is not an easy forecast. It's about maybe 40 degrees outside, and the colder air is going to come in from the southwest. So T-Rex out the door at 10 a.m. for the first time today, whereas I've been all over the mountain. Hey, what happened to all that snow that was on the ground here? Yeah, the first heaviest rainstorm of 2024 now is in the books. Next up, we're going to have some snow. And remember all those icicles that were hanging off over there? There they are in these big piles down here. Yep, and the water coming down the North Branch flowing pretty good this morning. And there were a couple of blowouts on parts of the mountain, but they'll be repaired, no problem. Skiing is really good. And next up is going to be the cold air advection. So where do we stand? How about when I got up this morning and started looking at the data, I saw that the one of the weather instruments at the Blue Hill Observatory showed a wind gust to 88 miles an hour after midnight. But the wind data we trust is from Paul Maravellis, Mayor Pam. And he had a 73.7 mile an hour gust while we were sleeping at the summit of Blue Hill. Wow, just south of Boston at 600 feet. And then about 6,000 feet up in the sky on Mount Washington, there was a wind gust to 90 miles an hour last night. So that is the weakening east side of this March superstorm, which on this morning's analysis at 12Z, which is 7 a.m., it's an occluded low-pressure system north of Montreal. That's the purple line. Occluded means that the warm is wrapped all the way to the north side and the cold is wrapped all the way to the south side. And you get this colder air advection coming in from the southwest with a new low forming near New York City, and yet another low is going to form off Virginia. So we're not really done with this yet. Oh, T-Rex taking his snow bath. Yes, good boy, Rex. Can you do that again for the camera? Oh, he's doing it. Thank you. Yeah, he loves doing that. Those are the only baths he gets. And look at this ice. Speaking of ice, all that wet snow out there is going to solidify, but fortunately it is going to snow again here. Now let's look at the satellite image, and there's a major storm now crossing Utah, and Colorado's getting the goods with that storm on the left, and here we have our storm on the right. And if you look closely, well, you see the circulation passing New England, but off of South Carolina and North Carolina, it looks like there's another low forming down there. And indeed there is. And that is going to play a role in our weather in New England over the next 24 hours. National advisories. Look at him stepping so carefully down on the ice. Good boy, Rex, but can you not go any further? All right, I'll let him go down there. Yeah, mind the ice. Mud season, ice season, slush season. And this is all going to re-solidify. So if you have any of this on your steps, you probably want to get rid of it right now, pronto. Maybe we'll come back here tomorrow morning and do a post-analysis on this. Yeah, there's still plenty of snow around. And there's lots of blowouts, too. I want to see up to the ridge. Can't quite see it, but I did get some video of that earlier in the day. What was so white a couple days ago is looking pretty bony today. That's from this morning. T-Rex wiping out over there. All right, that's as far as you're going, Rex. Hear the birds singing? There's the chickadee. I was woke by blue jays this morning and crows. So I love the commentary on all the birds. Thank you for all the commentary on all the birds. And stick to weather on this one. The cold air is coming in from the west and southwest. I'll show you the temperature map from this morning when it was still in the 50s and the Matinicus buoy was still gusting to 56 miles an hour. And the coldest air was actually in the southwest side of this map down around Ohio. And that's what happens a lot of times with these occluded storms. We talk about that quite a bit. colder air coming from the west and the southwest. And oh yeah, I was going to talk about the national advisories, watches, and warnings. A huge winter storm warning in pink out there, Colorado, Utah. Same areas have been getting snow the last few days, getting more snow. What bird is that? I forgot. Is that the cardinal? I think it is. Somewhere around here. National advisories, watches, and warnings. And there's a high fire danger in Texas. And there's a freeze watch or warning in Georgia and Florida. Talk about the cold air going south. And in the Northeast, we have the gold, or the tan and gold. There's a high wind warning for central Massachusetts for tonight because of this new storm that is forming on the front as it goes off of New England. And T-Rex, where are you going? That's enough. It's going to deepen rapidly tonight. Almost bombogenesis happening around here. And if I just show the NAM, actually I show the WPC analysis, Weather Prediction Center, this afternoon and tonight. The high pressure system is over Florida. So the cold air coming in from the southwest, and the storm is to our north, but there's a new low forming with the orange dashed line and all those black lines. That's the wind that's coming in for late today, tonight, and tomorrow. A windy, cold Friday. What's new? All right, so now let's go to the NAM 3K high-res precip type. And there's the backside of the rain pushing out right now. And here comes the upslope snow. And it could snow pretty hard for a few hours, probably from about 4 p.m. to 7 or 8 p.m. That's the cold front coming in. And then what appears to be the snow mostly shutting down, that upslope snow. You might not show it, but it's going to snow hard here in the spine of the northern Green Mountains tonight and all day tomorrow. I think at this time tomorrow I may have blizzard criteria going on here. And also in eastern Maine. Oh, shoot. That eastern Maine system. Forgot to show that. Almost blizzard conditions in eastern Maine. Rewind it a little bit and show that again for tomorrow. That new low is expected to deepen down through the 970s, which is actually lower pressure than the storm that went by last night and when it came across the country. So this storm is doubling down on us with the windy cold tomorrow, and then it's a little bit less windy on Saturday, but it's going to be icy skiing. You're going to have to stick to the groomers. Trees are going to be off limits here. Saturday is still windy with some upslope snow continuing, even though it doesn't really show up very much there. I would say Mount Mansfield to Jay Peak, we're probably picking up 10 to 20 inches of snow over the next 48 hours because it's going to be so cold aloft, so unstable. There's a good amount of moisture and the spring sunshine trying to go to work in the valleys. So upslope snow is the forecast around here. And let's see what else. I guess we just kind of go to the GFS. GFS is like so inconsistent with what's going to happen. And maybe we got the 2 to 3 day forecast down. So we're going to use the run from last night. I haven't even seen this morning's run because I'm trying to get this done before noon today. And there's the high way to our south and the strengthening low. And if I stop it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. and I zoom in a bit to the central and eastern United States, look at our low pressure system has deepened below 970 millibars over New Brunswick, Canada. And that's the reason for the high wind warning in New England tonight and tomorrow. And that's almost blizzard in eastern Maine. And meantime, that storm coming out of the Rockies is impressive. That's at about 998 millibars. It's still strong, but that's 30 millibars weaker than the one that's going to the east of Maine tomorrow. And now we put it back into motion. We talked about this so much, where that system coming into the confluent flow is going to dampen and just disintegrate south of New England on Saturday. Maybe some snowflakes around New York City to Nantucket on Saturday with the colder air coming in and still very windy. That's only going to sort of exacerbate our wind flow on Saturday. And on Sunday, it still looks like we have some upslope snow going on, and it's going to gradually get less windy. And there's another low kind of coming across here with some snow for the northernmost regions of New England Sunday night into early Monday. And then just as quickly as that cold front comes in, and a warm front's going to lift back to our north. Now, next Tuesday, Wednesday, we've been talking about a big warm-up next week, and there it is, Tuesday into at least the first part of Wednesday. Winds from the southwest, 50s and 60s away from the water in central and southern New England. But then look what happens on Wednesday night. All of a sudden, it's blue. That's snow breaking out at the Canadian border and pressing south Wednesday night. That's a real strong cold front that's going to push colder air back in here by next Thursday. What about the Thursday storm? There's always a Thursday storm. You're saying it's going to go off of South Carolina Oh my goodness, that is so different than how it looked a couple days ago where it was driving up into the Midwest. So you just, so hard to focus the northern energy and the southern energy when it's on the other side, a quarter away around the world in Alaska and north of Hawaii. And so that is so low confidence forecast. But if this is the case, then it turns pretty nice around here again Thursday and Friday. The cold high pressure system building in northern New England and southeastern Canada, and a big storm in the middle of the nation now is scheduled for next Saturday. And if we stop at Saturday, March 15th at 7 p.m., that storm is still not into New England. So I think that there's a lot of difficulty here trying to focus which one's going to have the energy. And that's a big, old, upper level low with a fairly potent surface flow and a massive scope there, stretching from eastern Canada all the way down to about the Gulf of Mexico. And that's on our doorstep. That would be next Saturday. So low confidence forecast. But if this is the case, that would be the threat for a wintry mix on St. Patrick's Day Sunday. Well, the Sunday is the 16th, but I think a lot of the parades are on that Sunday. And so the Saturday parades would be better next weekend. And this weekend looks kind of windy and cold for the parades. I know a lot of different parades going on. All right, so much weather. And what about the Enmore? It's difficult. Yesterday, we had some fun skiing before the precipitation came in. So I got some before and after shots. I can show you the before with yesterday. So I'll kind of I'll signify which one's yesterday and which one's today. Today, I did get a view up at the top of the mountain. So this is riding the second chair this morning. I was on the second chair with Billy and another fun person, and we had a great time skiing this morning. Billy buzzing me there on the groomer, getting back off the first run at about 10 past 8. And so that would be today. And then the yesterday is when we had all that snow up the top of the ridgeline still there yesterday morning, skiing with Bob and Rachel and Alexandra. So I'll start with now the Enmore from yesterday and then transition into some imagery from this morning. And a hint, the imagery from this morning would be the water moving in the rivers around here. All right, thanks for staying tuned. It's so complicated. Winter is not over. So many people lamenting. Winter's over. It is not over. It's in flux. It's the West's turn to get the heaviest snow right now. And then I always remember, just before the Enmore, I always remember something I forgot to talk about, and that was how much precipitation came down. And I look at the hydrological reports from Vermont, and the closest one to us is Jeffersonville, and it looks like 3/4 of an inch of rain. I've heard some reports of about an inch of rain around here. And if I looked at this is the daily hydrologics from National Weather Service Burlington, and then you also have this thing called the CoCoRaHS, and if you look at the CoCoRaHS around Boston, close to an inch of rain, and a little less than a half inch Cape Cod, and parts of Connecticut, more than 2 inches of rain. So I think the under one in the rainfall department. All right, the Enmore from yesterday and today. 8:05, I'm 5 minutes late, but it's still 8:05. We had 2 inches last evening. It's going to be interesting how it textures out. Not too bad right now. I mentioned it's pretty windy at the top, but looks like a good morning. And first down lift line, man, and tan and green. Looks soft. Mixing, of course, snowboarder. Soft. Sounds good. Love that sound of that corduroy. So that 2 inches mixed in well with the groom last night. First run of the day was all of lift line from the very upper to the bottom, and just about to here at Tower 8, it was nice and slippery, and then it turned a little grippy, and then it turned into like glue once you did the bottom traverse over back to the chair. So right about here, you don't want to be going too fast, I don't think. Kind of sense that might happen, but gorgeous right now. No fog, no precipitation, very little wind. You've got another satisfied customer here in TK. 8:35 a.m. Still no dripping up here. It's gorgeous wintry weather. The last hours. 65 days in a row with no rain. Good slobs or schnobs here?
Mexico.
Looks like snobs to me. You guys are looking good. You want to ski?
Snob
Nosedive! Slob. Rippin'. Bomb and boober. Oh, I love that sound. What a morning. I don't think the heavy stuff's coming in for a while. I'd keep playing. Shed high snow depths. And it's getting grippy up top now too. And this sign, in the summertime you have to look up like 12 feet to look at. Nope, center line was not groomed. Hayride was. Temperature's going up, it's getting a little grippy. Snow not so slippery. Zan on hayride. It was groomed, looking good. Hey, you matched the sign. Nice. Where were you when the first raindrops fell at the summit of the tallest mountain in Vermont? First raindrops of 2025. Bob Fogarty was right here at Upper Nosedive. First raindrops. I guess we should just be very happy that we had a 65-day in a row stretch with not one raindrop up here. Unprecedented. I do believe in our lifetime. Oh, I forgot to say the date. It's Wednesday, March 5th. 9:20 a.m. now. Okay, we're on a secret mission now. That's what I've been told. Follow the man with the tube. Check out this rig. These rigs. That one's serious. We're all serious. Everybody funny. Are you funny too? TK. For the full update, but I just wanted to give you a Bernese with a view. Where were you, Baloo, when the first raindrops of 2025 arrived at the summits of northern Vermont? I was up in that cloud, and skiing is very good. Ice dam. Ice. Branch. Touch of blue sky. Rain is pretty much done here. Next stop should be snow later in the day. The Coco Ra's saying somewhere around a ½ inch of rain around here, but of course it's going to be elevation dependent. There's 108 going up in towards Smuggler's Notch, and you can see that the ground is still snow covered. And how's the river doing? North Branch with whatever melting. I think the snow probably absorbed most of the water. There's the river. It's March. You're going to get rivers. You see plenty of snow, and it's not really a raging river either. Right. The game not over. Not by a long shot, Josh. There's always a couple of ways of looking at things. You can say, look at all that snow, or you can say, oh boy, what's that? That is some drainage coming off of Mount Mansfield for sure. And the temperature's going to be below freezing by this time tomorrow morning. That should be very interesting, eh? Taking care of business. What's he on, about 4 feet of snow right there? Thank you. Yeah, it's springtime. It's maple sugar season. Things start to melt, but it keeps on snowing. Is this what you're looking at, Josh? I hear you. Corduroy. Look at this blue sky. Great day. Oh yeah, I should have brought the sunscreen. 8 o'clock. It's gorgeous. Look at the sky. How many people in line at 8 o'clock? Is there a delay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's going on? Is there a delay? It's almost 8:01. Finishing up the grooming late.
Ski's been so good this year. For the first time this season, I went down to get my skis too.
Nice.
I left 3 or 4 pair down there.
All right, so you get the Mindbender. Those are your backup skis?
He was like,
It's embarrassing.
Oh, come on. I love Mindbenders.
Like 9 pairs, 10 pairs.
Yeah. So the sun's coming out, and definitely the snow is not as deep. It's probably got an extra inch of water in it. As for up there, yeah, decidedly more bony for sure. Let's look at it again in 5 days and see how it looks. Always look at the notch. There's a little bony up there, but we've got the blue sky. Second chair. There's only 3 people in front of us at 8:03. Where is everybody?
day off.
Who was that? Hayride, just getting a little crispy up top, but definitely pliable. No idea where that little spot of dirt came from. But really interesting dynamic day. Feels like it's almost getting down to freezing up top already. These crowds are crazy though. Did I say crowds? Clouds. Hey, look at the golf course. You can see the golf course. Won't be able to see it. Well, the grass this time tomorrow, I don't think. And from the first time ever department, 1, 2 people in line at the gondola at 3 minutes to 9. If it opens on time, that'll be something. And I'm the first one in line. I've never done that before. If you call it a line. Look at that blue sky. 9:01. Wow. This never happens. The calm after the storm. Just saw a picture of a major water blowout. Base of Chinklet. So I imagine it's going to take a little while. And yeah, Earth has been exposed. Great rumors. Let's go check out that high road snow depth. Can't tell anybody where it is.